Tickets are available now for my November shows coming up. November 8th, I'll be in San Diego at the Pechanga Arena. November 9th, I'm in Phoenix at the Footprint Center. November 27th, I'm in Hollywood, Florida at the Seminole Hard Rock. And November 29th, I'm in Tallahassee, Florida at the Donald Will Tucker Civic Center. Get tickets at tomsegura.com/tour.
100%. Cheers. Hey guys, brand new Two Bears, One Cave. Tom Segura is getting his levels checked for Ozempic, and he is not here. You know, have you ever thought about Ozempic?
I've thought about it. I've
Really?
thought about getting Zemped up.
Yeah?
Yeah. The more because I think.
My guest.
Hey, what's up?
Stavi.
Hello, everyone. I think I've completed the Two Bears Grand Slam, where I've been a guest bear both ways.
Yeah.
And I've been on with both of you.
Well, you know
this
what
is
happened?
A big moment
You know
for
what
me.
happened is me and you were supposed to do a Birdcast today.
Yes.
And Tommy is like, I guess, I don't know how Ozempic works for real. I think
this is an Ozempic issue?
Oh, yeah, for real. For real. Oh, yeah, it really is. He does joke ones about me, and I just tell the truth. Yeah. I just tell the fucking truth. And everyone goes, oh, it's a joke. No, it's not a joke.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's been on Ozempic for it's the second it came out, he got on it.
Really?
And that's how he lost all the weight. Everyone's like, no, hard work. Really? Really, was it hard work? Do you think he looked in the mirror one day and he's like,
This is pissing you off, I can tell. That he's the sexy one now.
I almost got on it. Because when he got on it before anyone was doing it.
Yeah.
And he was like, you got to get on this stuff. It really like cuts your weight loss. I'm on metformin. I'm not saying that I'm not pervious. Like metformin helps with your blood sugars. It's pre-diabetic medication. Metformin, yeah. I don't know what it does.
Smart. Smart. Don't look into the thing that's altering your body chemistry. But it's all right. You're super healthy every other way.
Dude.
You don't do anything else that might fuck you up either.
I just got my blood work back.
How's it looking? Love to hear that.
Perfect.
Love to hear that.
To the point where she said, this is the healthiest you've ever been.
Wow.
And by the way, I've been partying up until like 2 weeks before I got my blood work. So it's not, biomarkers take like 110 days to change. So if you want to lower all your results, you got to quit everything for 110 days.
Do you ever think that you might have been capable of something so much better than what you're doing? And you're using your body to just not die from alcoholism? Do you think like
every day. Do you know what?
And I don't know what it would be.
Last night, I was sick. I was legit sick, and I got sick in the morning. I worked out anyway, and I was like, I doing a podcast with Leanne. I started falling asleep, and then I was like, "Yo, I don't know if I can go to the premiere night. Your premiere.
Yep.
Let's start a cult. It's fucking. We're gonna talk about that in a second. This is the one time, and I've said this before. I said this with the machine,
yes,
and I mean it. And I know I got a lot of negative backlash because it sounded self-serving when I said it. Well, it's not self-serving when I say it about you. You will be in movie theaters October 25th.
That's right.
October 25th, this goes into movie theaters. Let's start a cult.
Yep.
I mean this from the bottom of my heart. When you support a project like this and you give it love in the movie theaters, it creates more opportunities for other comics to do stuff.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
Places like Dark Sky go, listen, we invested, I'm guessing $7 million in this project.
No, less than $1 million. Are
you serious?
Yeah.
It is so funny.
Yeah.
And
it's an incredibly shoestring. It's a super low budget comedy.
We're gonna talk about this ad nauseum because I know it sounds crazy, but like, here's the deal, you know.
And look, $1 million is a lot of money, but we shot a movie with a ton of locations, a ton of actors over like 4 weeks. So to do that with a bit from less, like I think it was like $750, something like that. Yeah, it was crazy. It was so cool.
And I just say this, where there's going to be a link in our bio or whatever in our descriptions. Go support this in movie theaters. Go support it in movie theaters. Buy a ticket. Stavi's going out with the whole group, and they're doing like Q&As, and they're going out to a bunch of cities. We're going to talk about all that. We're going to talk about all that. I want to get back to what we were talking about before.
The medicine that's keeping you alive.
Yeah. So I felt sick yesterday, and then I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a nap, and I haven't been drinking, and then I took a nap, and immediately I bounced back, and I was like, nice, I feel good. I think I have superior genetics.
I wouldn't phrase it that way.
I think I've watered them down my whole life.
Yes.
And I've put myself at 50% and achieved 100%.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
What I would have looked like had I been the guy at 25 that said, "Buck stops here. I'm going to start eating clean."
Let me ask you this though, Bert. You know how? Let's say take an egg, right?
Yeah.
You crack an egg, and you put it on the fucking sidewalk, or you keep an egg in a fridge, let's say, right? Perfect conditions. Eventually it'll go bad. You pickle that egg with booze, and that egg can last forever. You might have preserved yourself in booze somehow.
Dude,
you're like the beef jerky of guys.
I'm going to tell you an example. I have a friend. He was aggressively fat his entire life.
Yeah, sounds cool.
Yeah. And when he started trying to get healthy, he just started looking old. He's maybe, how much younger is Tommy than me? Tom looks like a 70-year-old man. He looks like a 70-year-old man.
That's more salt and pepper, though.
No, but it's like aging. Like if you put me and Tom together, you think we're the same age. I'm like a generation older than him.
Interesting.
But I look so much better. It's wild.
I think this is also another one of your great skills, completely overrating yourself. I don't know that you look that much better, Bert. You're jacked. I'll give you that. You're stronger.
I'll tell you what my great skills are. I am amazing. I'm amazing at recognizing talent. I'm hardcore amazing.
You are, yep.
I really am. And I'm not even fucking around. I said to Leanne, I'm embarrassed.
The tour's great. I mean, everybody on Fully Loaded is awesome.
But think of all the. I mean, okay, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but what I will say that I met you probably 10 years ago.
Yeah,
and fell in love with you immediately.
Thank you, bro.
And I said to Leanne, I'm embarrassed of this statement because it's she goes, what? I said, we watched the movie yesterday. We went into the screening. It is so funny. You are
thank you, dude.
So fucking funny. But more importantly, you produced this. You wrote it. You
co-wrote it with my buddies. Yeah, Ben Kitnick and Wes Haney, Wes
is amazing.
Super funny.
So funny. Yep. But you filled it with such amazing talent.
Yeah, Eric Rahill's so fucking funny.
Is that
funny.
the dude who played the Puka guy?
Yes. He's so fucking funny. He's in the new Office. He's a cast member. He's part of the writing staff. But Eric is fucking hilarious. Katie Fullen is hilarious.
Katie's amazing.
Daniel Simonson.
Daniel Simonson shows up. For anyone who's on Fully Loaded last year, 2 years ago, Daniel Simonson shows up and delivers what I could only say is competitive to Coffees for Closers monologue. Am I right?
Yeah, he has a great moment in the film. Yeah,
so the one thing I was driving home with Leanne and I was like, I said it, and I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or whatever. So I'm so proud of Stavi. And she goes, there's no reason for you to have pride in that. There's no reason for you to be proud. And I said, well, no, but I feel like I met him when he was younger. I met him with a shaved head, no tooth.
Yep.
And then you legit carry a movie. You carry a movie. You're in 80% of the scenes, if not 95 of them.
Yeah, there's a lot.
You carry the fucking movie from the opening, this movie's so good. Within the first 7 seconds, you are laughing out loud. Within the first 30 seconds, you're like, I'm taking my coat off. I'm in. Like
Thanks,
legit. Dude. And it got huge laughs in the screen. Let's talk about the movie right now. Let's talk about the movie.
Yeah.
So do me a favor on the Wi-Fi. Will you pull up all the places you're taking this movie?
Yes, and we're so right now we have some special screenings in New York. We're doing on opening night on the 25th, and then we're also adding Saturday. We have a Tuesday screening in New York, and we have one in Baltimore as well Thursday. But then we're trying to take it more places. A lot of AMCs are showing, and we're trying to get some Regals to show it. So it is super indie, right? Like, and Dark Sky, to their credit, they're a small, production company, but they gave us pretty much as much money as they could. Like the budget kept going up and they were like, look, we cannot do any more than this. So just like do what you can. And we're showing it in, I think right now, 20 cities. Hopefully that's going to be a few more. And I just think it's important. I think we're similar guys where, I grew up on comedies, watching them. And I love the like super confident idiot, right? The best character that exists in, like, from Adam Sandler to it's kind of like Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell to
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray, right there, all that stuff.
Bill Murray joined the army in stripes, thinking this is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
It's like it's the confident idiot is my favorite.
It's so fun, and there's so many different pieces to that, right? Danny McBride. Eastbound and Down, my favorite show ever. And I think I want to do a version of that. That's what I've loved growing up. And I loved watching those movies on DVD when I was a kid. But I remember even seeing Anchorman in a theater and like seeing, all the Apatow movies, all the Seth Rogen movies in theaters. And like, they don't make like and it's 90 minutes, right? It's 89 minutes. Cause that's the other thing. fucking brief, full. It's about
You
the
said
laughs.
that last night. You said an 89-minute comedy is fucking perfect.
Great. Dirty Work was 82 minutes. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's one of my favorite comedies of all time. And yeah, dude, it was like, we had a weird opportunity to make, like, what I want to do is just make the shit that I loved growing up. And so Dark Sky kind of approached us about making we made a short version of this, and they let us write the script. They let us do whatever the fuck we wanted as long as
Were they involved with the short?
No.
Okay, so you made the short.
Yeah.
You, Wes,
Ben Kitnick.
and Ben is the director, right?
Yep.
You guys made the short, and you improv the short.
Short was completely improv, and then this was kind of the exact opposite, where we had to really write it because what we were going with the money we had, we couldn't fuck around, unfortunately. And that sucks because, dude, Eric Rahill, Katie, Fullen, like, these people are so funny fucking around. Bobby Kelly plays my dad in
Bobby
it.
Kelly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Bobby Kelly.
He was so funny.
Dude,
we had so much stuff.
Fucking, what's his name plays your brother?
Yeah,
Ethan
Suplee.
Ethan Suplee,
Yeah. No, we had great actors and really funny people, but it was great, man. And basically, and we had a lot of stuff we had to cut because I think there's something so fun about a movie that, honestly, we cut plot stuff out because we were like, this is boring. It's not funny enough to be in this movie. We'll figure it out. We'll paper over it with a fucking voiceover. Who gives a fuck? This scene wasn't funny enough.
What was the plot thing? I mean, I
just like establishing certain, like me and a conversation me and Wes had in a hotel room that had some jokes, but it just wasn't like, this is a movie the point is it's a movie fully made with jokes per minute, short. You're in and out. You're just having a good time. You're not going to fucking waste an entire evening. You could throw this movie on and just fucking laugh for a half hour, pause it, come back, and, like, you know, great cast, funny people. It was honestly a dream. And yeah, dude, that's what, the one thing I really love doing is just working on stuff with funny people. Doing Tires was really, this was right before Tires, but it's like I shot this and then we shot season 1 of Tires, and like season 2 of Tires is so fun. Everybody's so fucking funny. And those two experiences really were like, dude, let's just make something fucking funny and stupid. And, you know, there's plenty of nudity. Most of it is male, unfortunately, but next time we're getting titties in the movies. That's another problem I have. You could always count on a nice titty break. About 17 minutes into an 80s comedy, we got to bring those back.
Make this fall season the tastiest yet with farm fresh produce and easy autumn-inspired recipes delivered right to your door with HelloFresh. HelloFresh delivers all the pre-portioned ingredients you'll need to make an easy homemade meals. All the proteins, veggies, sauces, spices, and more arrive in a box along with simple instructions that walk you through each step in the cooking process. Choose meals that match you and your family's lifestyle. With preferences like fit and wholesome, quick and easy, or vegetarian, you'll always find something to eat that you'll love with HelloFresh. And their menu of over 50 recipes changes each week. Plus, take your pick from over 100 market add-ons like desserts, breakfasts, and snacks. Here's the great thing. You don't have to worry about getting something from the store. It's all arriving to you, and there's nothing that creates a bonding experience, whether it's with your spouse or your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or your kids, like making a meal together and eating it together afterwards. It is a fun process. Get 10 free meals at HelloFresh.com/freebears applied across 7 boxes. New subscribers only, varies by plan. That's 10 free HelloFresh meals just by going to HelloFresh.com/freebears. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. They say first impressions are important, but what about lasting impressions? That's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew helps boost your confidence in the bedroom so you can stay hard and perform at your very best. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Cialis, Levitra, and Viagra, but at a fraction of the cost and in chewable form. The process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. And I know some of you are thinking, but do I need this? And my answer is yes. You have not been this hard in so long. You don't even remember what it's like to be hard. I'm telling you, you're going to knock walls down with this. It's amazing. Blue Chew wants you to have the confidence to perform at your best, so discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for all our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code BEARS at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code BEARS to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast.
We got to bring titties back into movies.
My biggest regret with the machine is there was a moment where we're all in this jet and we all wake up after everyone's been doing coke.
Yeah.
And in the moment in Serbia, I went, we should have someone show their tits. And my producer Kale was like, yeah, the way the industry works now, we don't just start asking today.
I don't know. You could have figured it out
In Serbia, I bet another $100 we got tits in there.
Yeah. I've seen some interesting films from Serbia. I've seen what women will do for a ride to the town center. I think you could have gotten some tits in the machine,
dude. It was
Mark Hamill sucking on some titties.
we had a. I'll tell you who it is off camera.
Yeah.
And I know this is the part. This is the reason. I'm not the first guy on everyone's call sheet these days.
Yeah,
it's because I love telling the secrets.
Yeah.
We had a huge celebrity who wanted to be the dad in that movie who was like, I feel like there should be a sex scene between me and the mafia gangster. And we were all like,
that's fucking awesome.
huh? And he was like
a main character, not like it would be funny if the dad had a sex scene. Like, no, I should fuck the actress.
Yeah.
I should fuck the.
And everyone was like on a Zoom, like, cool.
Yeah.
I guess we won't have our movie.
That's awesome.
I know, right?
And completely makes sense.
Hey, completely.
Yeah.
Just bleep his name out.
Yeah,
Just bleep his name out.
Yeah. Bleep Bert's mouth too.
Yeah,
People will be able to put it together.
But yeah, man, it was so fun, and you sold it so well. You got up there, and you're like, and I was watching everything from 3,000 feet up because it was like I've been to a lot of premieres lately because the girls aren't home, and Leanne and I are like, let's go see a movie.
Sure.
And there is a grandioseness to presenting your project, which I'm sure I was probably guilty of too.
Mm-hmm.
You walked up, tracksuit. By the way, I had the same tracksuit.
Yes, I saw it hanging. I was like, did I leave it here?
No, Leanne goes, baby, he's wearing our track. I bought matching tracksuits for me and her. But
That's
you walked up
awesome.
and you're in a fucking sick ass tracksuit, and you walked up and you went, I haven't seen this movie in a while. I hope you like stupid comedies.
That's what
and
it
you
is.
just walk off stage.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, what are we in for? Within 7 seconds, everyone's laughing. And there is a communal feeling when everyone's in the movie theater where you laugh hard. It's so fun to laugh with strangers.
That's the point, dude. That's the fun. And that's why it doesn't really make sense to put it in theaters. Like, my fan base is all on the internet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but I just and it's a risk, and we're going, town to town. We're doing Chicago, Baltimore, New York, and if places will put us in theaters and I'm off of tires, I'll show up to a screening just because I just believe I just want people to go to theaters and see, because we've been very lucky. People have been paying to see us do stand up, and that's awesome, and that's cool, and that's communal. But like, why not a fucking comedy movie again? Like, why? That's so.
It's tough.
I'm just trying to like. And that's why it was also super low budget. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you have a real small threshold to break to make this profitable for your buyer, for the people making it for you, which I think is brilliant. And I think, and I got to be honest with you, I really see this. I see this movie easily, and I'm not even joking around. With a limited run, I see you making a wild profit on this, and just making that the business model, and go, all right, let's make another one for like $4 million.
Yeah, that's the thing. The only thing I want to do is like, because it was kind of it was tough because we were working like long ass days, and like it was pretty.
You shot in 17 days.
We shot in 17 days, and these are like 12-hour days, but we also wrote and executive produced it. So like every night we're going over, which scenes we're doing. We're going over all the we're talking to the cinematographer. So they were like 16, 17-hour days, and then I would just get high as shit and eat Taco Bell until I passed out every night. Like, it was.
Wait, when did you shoot this?
This was right after I shot my special this was last June.
Wow.
So I shot my special in May, and then a week later we shot the movie. And then it was a crazy year.
Crazy stuff.
But all I want is to just make it a little more, because if we had like one more week, this would have been the best month of my life, but it was a really tough 3 weeks. But who gives a fuck? I'm not crying about it. It's just like, it's fun. Something came out of it. And yeah, I just want a little bit more money so that I can also cast pay all your friends what they should, like, make and it honestly is a labor of love in that stand-up last summer, dude. We were fucking, I don't know what the fuck happened in the economy where stand-up comedy was the only profitable business for like a year.
Yeah.
But like, I just didn't go on the road because I was just like, I just need to make this movie right now because these shit, you know, you never know when someone will let you make a movie. When you get the chance, you gotta take it. You know?
I would argue. Well, but I think you're in a sweet spot. You're in what we call the proverbial catbird seat.
Hell yeah!
Because you're making things that you think are funny, which dials right into your fan base. I kept saying, you know, one time I was with a comic who said, I'll say his name. It's a weird statement, but I've been overusing it.
Okay.
I want to give him credit.
Okay.
Hassan Minaj.
Yes.
And we were at the Tom Brady roast, and I was in a tux, and I was very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "You don't look like you're enjoying your outfit." And I said, "I'm miserable right now."
Yeah, yeah.
And he was in a fucking crazy dope suit.
Yeah.
And he pulled
he
it
dresses
together,
very well.
and he goes, "Buddy, this is my fastball."
Yeah, yeah.
And the idea that this is my it's a really brilliant statement because I love fastballs. I could never hit a curve.
Yeah.
I couldn't. And your whole movie was your fastball. It was everything I love about you, and it was everything. It was everything. I mean, it was like, from your silliness to your seriousness to your heartfeltness, like your character was fully developed in that everyone that was working on it knew what your fastballs were.
Yeah, I think, and that's, you get to, you know, we wrote it ourselves, and I'm not a fucking actor.
To the point where like, no, I'm not even fucking around. I was like, dude, they milked this cow from ass to hoof. Like, there was like, there's a part of the movie that is all I felt was an homage to your calendar.
Yeah. Right? There is.
It was
for sure.
It was so fucking great.
There were things I definitely wanted to do, you know, without spoiling, but there's some very fun. Yeah, probably the biggest laugh of the movie was one of my favorite things to do.
Hold on. There are I'm gonna say, like, within the first, I've never seen a movie that opened this funny this fast. And I'm being serious when I say that.
Stop.
Even Happy Gilmore, it's like he builds into it.
Yeah.
Like, Happy Gilmore's pretty funny when he just starts fighting everyone. He's like,
I disagree for the record.
Okay.
But I appreciate it.
Let's name movies that opened fucking hysterical. Like a movie that opened and you go, oh. I mean, I can tell you the best trailer I ever saw, without a doubt, was fucking Austin Powers.
Yeah. Yeah. Austin Powers does open really strong. It opens really strong because it has that prologue, and then it has I think the credits. It's just like him coming out and everybody fucking loves him. That's a contender for sure. Yeah, I'm trying to remember how I just, you know, it's fun to do, like your top 4. If we did letterboxed comedies, that would be really fun.
What do you mean?
Like have you ever seen that letterbox thing where it's like your favorite 4, and they go and ask like filmmakers and whatever, like their top 4.
No.
But anyway, it's basically
it's
essentially your Mount Rushmore of like,
comedies,
and that's a fun, because I don't know what's opened the strongest. I can't off the top of my head think of it, but like, you know, for me, it's definitely like
type in most profitable comedies. Billy Madison, I was a slow take too.
See, I think I was also the right age. Like I was discovering, like as a little kid, I was a big Sandler on SNL fan, and then getting that on, maybe it was even VHS.
It was,
and you know what's
VHS.
funny? One thing, a comedy that legitimately I loved and I watched maybe as much as anything was Night at the Roxbury, because I was a huge Will Ferrell on SNL fan, and I loved that sketch. And I watched it recently. I think it holds up personally. I think it fucking rules.
Can I also tell you one that is a sleeper that I still think to this day is one that I quote all the time?
Yeah.
Corky
Romano. Yeah.
Corky Romano.
You guys want some cookies? And that scene where Chris Penn can't read and he's ordering ice cream. Like, that is so fucking funny. And it says like ice cream flavors, chocolate, vanilla. He's like, pistachio. And they're like, and he just keeps saying shit. He's great in it. Yeah, there's a very
line when Corky Romano does coke and he goes, "This is gonna be. We should buy a boat. Who wants to buy a boat?" I say that all the time. I say we should buy a boat.
Corky Romano's good, dude.
Corky Romano's good.
But doesn't crack my top 4.
These are the most profitable fucking movies.
No, I don't think so.
That can't be right.
I don't think that's possible.
Absolutely not right. There's no way.
But these are some bangers. I mean, for me, it's probably, and the one like Billy Madison was definitely one for me. I mean, Superbad,
Okay.
Step Brothers.
Okay, hold on.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let's slow this down.
Sure.
So Billy Madison, better than Happy Gilmore?
For me, yeah.
Okay.
For me, yes. I think it's stupider, which I like.
Yeah.
It's so absurd, and there's so much like, and one thing I'm really excited about is like, because we had some moments where I think the Let's Start a Cult gets kind of more unhinged the more it goes on.
I said it to Pete today. There are two things in this movie that are subtle things that I don't think anyone's going to pick up on. That I'm not even going to say. I'll say, and you can bleep it out. But where I made me laugh out loud. The two things are the fucking Just cut to him. Don't show me doing that.
Yeah. I love that. We love that.
And then cut to him again. This is the other one when the guy comes out and takes the
that's one of our favorite jokes.
That killed me. I've been thinking about it all day. I've been thinking about it all day. This show is sponsored by Policy Genius. Protect your family future and your peace of mind with Policy Genius. Policy Genius combines digital tools with the expertise of real licensed agents. Compare quotes from America's top insurers side by side for free with no hidden fees. Their licensed support team helps you get what you need fast so you can get on with your life. They answer questions, handle paperwork, and advocate for you throughout the process. Life insurance is a form of financial planning, and Policy Genius is the country's leading online insurance marketplace. Let me tell you something. That statement could not be clearer. Life insurance is a form of financial planning. You need to make sure you're taking care of your family if, God forbid, something happens. And this is the place to do it. If you haven't done it, now is your time. Secure your families tomorrow so you have peace of mind today. Head to policygenius.com/bears or click the link in the description to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you could save. That's policygenius.com/bears.
And that's what's cool about having, I mean, everyone that we had nothing but funny people. Like our main cast was all super gifted improvisers or stand-ups. It was me and Daniel, and then it was like Wes, Eric, and Katie are all incredible improvisers. So even though we couldn't really improvise the scenes that much, there were little moments like that we were like, this would be really funny if we did that, you know?
And you know what's so funny is that
for me, that's why Billy Madison, they have so many moments that are the penguin, the dance sequence, where that music comes in, and just so much, you know, so many fucking Jim Downey's speech, you know, may God have mercy on your, where he's so over the top at the end. That's one of the worst answers I've ever heard. And may God, everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. And may God have mercy on your soul. A simple no would have been, you know, like, anyway. So for me, that's why it's more absurdist. Happy Gilmore, still crazy, still has like Sandler's weird. But yes, absolutely, I take Billy Madison.
I'm going to find out the answer right now. Hold on.
About what?
Hey, everyone. I am here with Stavi. And he has a new movie, Let's Start a Cult. It's going to be out October 25th in theaters. You have to go see it. But here's the question we're asking. What's a better movie? Happy Madison?
No.
Or
Billy Madison?
Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore?
Yep.
Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore? Let's see what the poll says.
Billy Madison Hive. Billy Madison Hive, check in.
Billy Madison Hive.
Yeah. The Beehive.
We saw, so I'm a little bit older than you. We saw Happy Gilmore in theaters. And then we came back and there Billy Madison was on VHS.
Yeah.
And we watched it the first time and it's so disconnected from reality that we had a hard time connecting. And it wasn't until I smoked weed with one chick that I dated over the summer. Yeah. And she started quoting Billy Madison that I got the brilliance of it.
I mean, Norm is so funny in it too.
Fucking brilliant.
That moment where they're like, coming up next, a story about a disgraced millionaire son who's cheating his way through high school. And Norm's like, now hold on, they could be talking about somebody else. It's like, it's so good, man. But yeah, I think I would go with Billy Madison, Superbad, Step Brothers.
Step Brothers is perfect.
It's awesome. And then I don't know what my 4 spot is. That's hard. There's so many.
So I remember seeing Ghostbusters in movie theaters. I remember seeing Stripes in movie theaters.
Yeah.
Fletch for me was the perfect comedy.
Yeah.
Because here's the problem.
I love those. I mean, here's
the problem with Fletch is that he's smarter than the room, which is a weird thing in comedy Because it's like,
well, Fletch is also, they made a really, they just made one with
John Hamm or
John
something.
Hamm, and it was directed by the same director as Superbad, Greg Mottola, who's great, and it was a different take on Fletch. Like it was, I think Fletch was never supposed to be like that. It wasn't really supposed to be Chevy Chase. It was supposed to be like a little, I don't know, like a little drier.
Yeah.
And which was really good, but I liked Fletch, you know, like there's something a little generational because I like all those movies and there are parts I really enjoy,
Yeah.
but there's also parts where some of those movies are slow for me. Like what you talk about things building. And I think each generation gets a little faster and I'm sure kids younger than me are going to be like, you know, I mean, they're already better editors and video and directors,
It's crazy.
but like, and they get to the point fast. But some of those 70s movies, I love scenes of them and there's real, and the characters are great. And John Candy in Stripes is so fucking funny.
John Candy might be, I have such a tether to him because I heard Steve Martin, I was talking to someone about this the other day, heard Steve Martin talk
maybe
about
The Jerk.
The Jerks.
Maybe getting a Steve Martin movie in the top 4. You're
The
right.
Jerk, Trains, Planes, and Automobiles. Uncle Buck.
Yes, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is so good.
Uncle Buck
Yeah.
is so fucking good.
I know remakes are overdone. I would love to play Uncle Buck.
Can I tell you?
I would love. They should do the way the Joker is the way every like actor proves they're like every fat comedian should get to play Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
That should be our Joker. You know what I mean? Like, why does fucking everybody prove themselves
You know
on the
they
Joker?
did it with Mike Epps.
Oh yeah,
They had Uncle Buck with Mike Epps.
Not the same. Got to be a fat guy in my opinion.
Yeah,
Got to be a big fat
gotta
slob.
be white.
I don't know. It has to be white. It has
No,
to
it
just
has to be white.
Okay, this goes back to your...
there's family dynamics in a black household are different than in a white household.
No, you can have the fuck up uncle in a black family.
No, but it's so much more makes sense to have that fuck up uncle in a white family.
Can you not
It's-
imagine a black family with their shit together? Is that what the problem here is, Bert? You can't imagine a successful black family that has a fucking dumbass uncle because they exist.
No, black uncles are always around. They're like good. They show up. I'm not going to go too deep
Not
on
all-
this, but fucking.
I'm just saying that you could have a family that's well off and they have the black sheep. Like
Yeah.
you could have a complete train wreck black sheep.
That's the generational part. Is because I had so many fuck up uncles. I
Yeah.
had 9 of them.
Yeah.
That I identified all my uncles right now are like, hold on.
Yeah,
They were all fuck ups at one point that all moved to Florida and lived with us. So I got that so well. I was like, oh yeah.
An uncle just crashing out is so funny. A grown man needing to, because he can't move back in with his parents because they're dead. So he has to fucking move in with his sibling. That's so fucking pathetic.
Uncle Buck's one of the best. Uncle
good.
Buck's one of my favorite. I watched Uncle Buck when Leanne was giving birth to Georgia.
Oh, nice.
She was like, she's going through contractions. And I was
yeah,
like, well,
you're
if
like,
you're
can you
not
keep
gonna
it down? John Candy is being very charming and you're fucking yelling in my ears.
Here's a question I want to ask you. I just had, I don't know if it's aired or not, but
Sure.
it will air, is we had Judd Apatow on
He's the man, yeah.
as a guest bear. And I know Judd's gotten some negative feedback online because of his politics.
Yeah.
Because of his.
I think the slap was kind of hard.
What?
He said like he could have killed him about it. Like I thought he overdid it. I mean, a lot of people kind of
Chris
got
Rock?
Yeah.
He said he would have killed Will Smith.
Something like that. I think people got a little like, all right, let's relax. These are two millionaires and Will Smith's brain has melted because of being famous since he was a child, and he got
16.
so cucked that his brain turned to mush. And it was actually an insane moment where he was about to, people forget he was about to get his Oscar. He got an Oscar like 40 minutes later. And it was like a Greek tragedy. So it was like, there was so much more going on, I thought, than an overreaction. But Judd is the man. I mean,
Judd's
those
the man.
movies are, 40-Year-Old Virgin, which he produced.
Pull up Judd Apatow's movies. It's almost like what's crazy, and I said this to Judd, is like anyone who ever gives him shit online, they should start with, before I start, hey, just thanks for my sense of humor.
Yeah, oh, dude, forgetting Sarah. I mean, Heavyweights. You want to talk about a movie I want to remake? I want to make Heavyweights bad, dude. No,
This is 40 fucking amazing.
Also been a
Trainwreck
writer
fucking
on
amazing.
everything.
Pineapple Express fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy when you look at his body of work that like you
not just the movies, but like what he was a writer on, who he collaborated with, the Larry Sanders Show. I mean, all this stuff.
Who he shepherded along the way and would be like just cool with and go like, I mean, you think of all the kids, like I said this to, I don't know who I said this to, but I said, for real, luck or talent? Do you think Seth Rogen is who he is today had he never met Judd?
Yeah.
You think he would be still? I mean, I don't.
Not
think
who he is today.
He wouldn't be. He would never.
But that's so much of it. I mean, he's definitely an insane talent. But
he is an insane talent, but you need.
There's something
luck.
about
you need luck.
Yeah. Absolutely. A lot of life is luck,
and a lot of life is like I always say. My luck was I know my luck, I always try to quantify that sliding glass door moment. Tom got invited to dinner with Charlie Murphy.
Hell yeah.
And Charlie Murphy was like 45 minutes late. And as Tom waited for Charlie Murphy and his group of friends, Rogan walked up to him and said, "Hey man, I'm Joe." And Tom's like, "I'm Tom." Joe's like, "You're really funny. We should hang out." And Tom's like, "Cool." That moment changed my life. Because had I never met Joe, I wouldn't be here today. That's the truth.
Yeah.
I think too many people think they're the fucking shit. You got to remember.
You think Charlie Murphy's tardiness set off a series of events that led us to this table right here, to this vodka existing.
I would argue Charlie Murphy is the reason we're all here today.
Wow, fuck.
Think about it. Okay,
let's leave him a bouquet.
Let's just sit. I love Chappelle. Chappelle's like one of my like a friend, but I say a hero, and he knows that when I hang out with him, he knows how I feel about him. Chappelle show was pretty great,
awesome.
However, without the Charlie Murphy Rick James sketch, does it become the juggernaut it was? That sketch was so. It was
like cultural. I mean, I was in high school when that came out, and you could not. You heard "I'm Rick James, bitch" constantly. Yeah,
he had to stop touring.
I get it.
Because they would yell, "I'm Rick James, bitch."
Yeah.
And Chappelle's like, "I do stand up."
Yeah.
Now let's think about Charlie Murphy. Eddie Murphy's big brother.
Wow.
Eddie Murphy was. Let's just. casually say,
Charlie Murphy. What? This is an incredible take. I know where you're going. Go ahead, lay it out.
Eddie Murphy, notably tough guy, learned how to box, but a soft dude. He's an artist. He does not exist in Brooklyn without Charlie Murphy as a big brother.
You're absolutely right.
We do not get Eddie Murphy. Wow. If we don't get Eddie Murphy, we don't get Chris Rock.
Yeah.
If we don't get Chris Rock, we don't get think about Farley, Sandler, Spade, all of Chris Rock's best friends. Without Charlie Murphy, we are not.
I don't know. You're losing me with them.
But no, because think about this. Dude, Chris Rock's a fucking legend. Spade, Farley, all those guys are amazing. Sandler, all those amazing. But Chris is a fucking thought guy. Chris Rock got
They were all on SNL though. I mean,
they were all on SNL, but Rock
kind of flopped on SNL and he had to go do his own thing.
Did he flop, or was he just not the guy that popped on scenes? Think about Chris Rock. He's had a prolific brain, right?
Don't get me wrong. I think what Chris Rock has accomplished is so much better than SNL. I respect Chris Rock so much more. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying he was the one who didn't. That was not his medium. He clearly needed to go be a stand-up.
But he might have been the guy in the room that gave them the idea. You know, sometimes you got the guy in the room, but Charlie Murphy is so pivotal.
Listen, Charlie Murphy just giving us Eddie Murphy and then the Tom meets Joe domino. Those are two big dominoes, man.
Yeah. I mean, I start getting I start going down rabbit holes because I do believe in time travel. Hardcore.
Don't say that some online trolls are going to be like, all right, got to go back in time and kill Charlie Murphy so I don't have to fucking hear about Bert. You said that? Some fucking nerd is working on the math right now. He's going to Brooklyn in the 80s with a sniper. He's setting up shop.
He's like, I've had enough of this guy that doesn't believe in sleep apnea, AIDS, alcoholism.
Oh, you don't believe in sleep apnea?
I don't believe in sleep apnea.
Wow.
I don't. You ready? You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
This is where I become. Either you love me or you go, I've had enough of him forever.
Yes.
I went to dentists are quacks. They don't believe in dentists.
Okay, love this. Great takes.
Dentists.
You have, and I did see 2 gold teeth in your mouth.
4. I have 4 gold teeth.
Who did that?
Dentists.
Dentists did that. Here's the reason you can have a sandwich right now without excruciating pain. But all right, I'm willing to hear you out. We'll throw that aside.
Okay. There are some good ones.
Yeah. Well,
I just think what happens with dentistry is a guy goes to school for 4 years and thinks that they should have, if you go to school for 4 years and you get to wear white, then you go, I should be getting boats and like, I need the finer things in life. But you're just a dentist. You're just technically like cleaning teeth and then replacing a tooth, right? Every now and then.
Yep.
But they go, fuck that, dude. It's like when club comics go, I got to start working theaters.
Okay.
And then they do theaters, but they get a shit deal because they're only doing one show. And they're like, well, fuck, I should have stayed with clubs.
Sure.
So dentists always upsell you on stuff. They always go like, yo, you know what you need? I'll tell you right now, I had a dentist tell me, what we need to do is we need to break your jaw, pull all your teeth, replace your teeth, and then you'll be comfortable.
Interesting.
And I was like, what?
I mean, this sounds like one bad guy.
Oh, I've had a number. You know what you need? I can't replace that tooth. And then you just if you go to a non-English speaking dentist, they can always do the work for you.
Yeah, that's
It's like
true.
a mechanic. Mechanics are always like, you get good mechanics and then you get bad mechanics.
Sure.
Well, I think the same happened with sleep apnea.
Okay,
I think sleep apnea was such a thing that was in the ethos,
well, this is the fattest country in the history of time. So that's probably part of it.
And so what they started doing was going like, yo, we can sell these like $2,000 machines and tell people they need them. Look, they'll buy them. I don't give a fuck if they use them.
Yeah.
They're not going to die, but they'll buy them. Then they're going to realize I can't do this every night. And everyone's got a sleep apnea machine. I have 3 sleep apnea machines. I've never used a sleep apnea machine.
Yeah,
I have 3 of them.
You should do that.
What?
You should use them.
No, I can't. They're fucking bullshit.
They're not bullshit.
Do you have a sleep apnea machine?
I do.
You fucking
It literally changed my life.
Oh, hold on.
I swear to God. I have sleep apnea. I'm fat as shit.
But-
I was getting horrible sleep. I was waking up with headaches. I put the fucking thing on. I sleep with it. If I forget it, it ruins my day.
Okay. Have you ever passed out and had good night's sleep without it?
Not really.
Really?
I mean, if I'm so fucked up, I pass out and I'm kind of groggy, sure, but that's the drugs, that's edibles. But no, it always, I mean, these are just.
Do you travel with it?
I do. I have a travel CPAP.
Do you use it? Do you pull it out on a plane if it's a long night?
I have done that before.
For real?
Yeah.
Joe Coy. So they're outliers like you and Joe Coy.
Yeah.
Joe
We're
Coy.
the outliers. You're like, you got to have a dentist that doesn't even know English and sleep apnea is fake. If a dentist can read English, no good.
You know what? Why is it that black men always agree with my theories and white guys always poke holes in them? I was with 2 fucking brothers the other day and they were like, yeah, fuck sleep apnea and fuck alcoholism.
Well, the black community is dealing with they have a lot of health problems. I think they should not be going to you. There's hypertension is tough. I bet sleep apnea is a problem.
Are you on statins?
No, what's that?
That's the next one. That's the big one. What are you saying? Dentists go to school for 8 years? Dentists go to school for 8 years?
Yeah, they're like real doctors and they're very.
Dentists go to school for 8 fucking years.
I guess.
So no one's getting a 25-year-old dentist. Every dentist is like 30 years old.
That's a great question.
Wow, that's crazy.
I guess maybe you could get if he really crushes it, or she, 26-year-old, if he goes right out of from 18.
I'll tell you who I really trust is what's the ones who just do root canals?
I don't know.
That it's endodontist.
Oh.
Endodontists just do root canals.
So
they're fucking legit.
Okay. So you have specific tooth doctors that you trust.
Oh, no.
Interesting.
Crowns, veneers, I don't trust those guys.
Okay.
They always go, we can make it better. And you're like, yeah, but then you get like the guys from 1856, that Yellowstone remake where everyone's got perfect teeth. And you're like, what year was this?
Yeah.
What year was this?
Veneers. I got you. No, I'm with you. I think what you're describing is just that some people are better at their jobs than others. And I don't think we can say that a whole industry is of frauds.
I love when people poke holes in especially when you try to do a bit or you're like trying to work something out. Someone poke holes in it and they go, obviously. My favorite one. I forget who I told this to. I was dropping George off to college. Mm-hmm. I almost want to read the fucking text.
Yeah.
I'm dropping George off to college. I posted a picture of me crying. Or dropping Isla.
Yeah, that's tough. You got to stop doing that, man.
No.
You got to stop posting pictures of you crying. You can just save that for the family scrapbook.
Nope. It's what I do. It's me. It's me. It's
Doesn't
100%
have to
me.
be.
It does. It does.
Doesn't have to
It 100%
be.
does.
Today could be the first day of the rest of your life, Bert. You could be the guy who keeps that to himself.
Did you unfollow me?
No.
Okay, then that's all I care about.
I wouldn't unfollow you. You're my friend, but
I go unfollow me because I don't give a fuck.
I wouldn't unfollow my friend if he relapsed on heroin, but I'd be like, buddy, this is bad for you.
God damn it, what was I? Oh, I'm looking for this text.
How did they do?
I'll tell you, you know why I posted
How's college going?
It's going great. Yeah, it's going great for both of them. Georgia's in her third year. She's having a blast. And Isla's really thriving.
She's a freshman's first semester, right?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a fun time.
It really is.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, like, her texts are fun. Like, her texts are like...
That is awesome. I mean, I do understand it is an emotionally charged time. Your last kid. I loved the first semester of my freshman year, and then I got caught smoking weed, and I had to move back home, and that was horrible. But
for real?
Yeah. Different time. Your kids will be fine.
Yeah. They found I'm not going to get into it.
Good. See?
Yeah.
See?
Is this the new part of Bert?
This is new Bert.
No oversharing?
Look, we just did it.
Shut up.
You just did it, buddy.
This would make my daughter so much happier.
See? I mean, it's happening in action. We're watching it before our eyes.
The first time when I would drop Georgia off, I was crying, and Isla got a picture of me, and then she posted on my Instagram.
Yeah.
And what happened is all my friends that were dropping their kids off hit me up, and they're like, dude, I'm going through the same thing.
Yeah.
So when I dropped Isla off, I was like, she posted one of me of Georgia when I dropped her off. I'm going to post one of me. We were on the plane, and I was like, I'm going to post a picture. And I posted it. I don't really care about like the Instagram, what people feel about it. Like, I don't really care. What was funny was all my friends that I grew up with. That's what I use Instagram for a lot. Is
no, you don't.
All my friends hit me up.
You're now this is lying.
What?
You use Instagram for your fucking career.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Your friends.
But I still post pictures of my family.
But it's your, you know what I mean? It's like a business thing. And I struggle with this too. Because,
but it's like when I first got on Instagram, it was just for friends and family.
But that's over. We know that.
Well, I know, but I still post pictures like I post pictures of like the first day of school.
Sure.
I posted that.
That's cute. Yeah.
And if it's just a business account, then I should scrub everything daughter-wise. But it's also weird because my entire career is about my family.
No, I get that. But I guess it's like, because this is something I struggle with too, which is like, how much of yourself do you put on these social, you know what I mean?
You're way better than I am.
But it's also, it happened, but to your credit, it did shift in the middle, where it's like, it did start as kind of like a fun little photo sharing app. Yeah. And it somehow, especially once Twitter kind of shit the bed, it kind of became the main social media platform that everybody uses. And it did kind of, it just kind of like shifted out from under us. But I don't know. I just feel like once it has become that, and it is hard because you post stuff like that and it does get traction, but it's like, for what? And I've even thought about that sometimes with my act, where it's like, there's stuff I'm working on right now, for the next hour, and I'm really excited about it. I'm not going to cut anything yet, but there's stuff that I'm like, is this too personal? Do I need to do this in a specific context? Do I have to do like maybe as much as I've made fun of them in the past, does this make more sense as like a one-man show type thing? Or is there some other, do I need to be milking this? At a certain point, it's like these people in your life do see this thing. And I've thought about that. It's like, how open and honest do I want to be? And then on the other hand, that's kind of what you're doing. That's kind of what the job is. But does it have to be that? Do you have to be that candid? And I'm speaking you as in like,
we can talk about me personally.
No, I mean, do I have to be that candid?
I've shared everything with everyone. Always. I mean, I've shared the most intimate details I talked about Isla getting her period on one of my specials. But for me, here's the thing, and I know there's people that if you don't understand a little bit of it, you're never going to understand it with an explanation.
Yeah.
So and there's people right now going, no, I understand all of it, and I don't even need the explanation. But the explanation is, I think in comedy, I try to connect with people more than. I want them to. I want to connect.
No, for sure. That's definitely like.
I'm a storyteller.
Yeah,
I don't. I'm not like a joke guy. I don't care to offend people. I don't.
And the shows are fucking a good time. Everybody's like, it feels like a legitimately friendly atmosphere.
I think
like the audience is there having a good ass time.
I'm not like.
Which I think is the point of comedy. You should be having a fucking sick time at every show you go to.
When I watch Shane, and for as long as I've ever watched Shane Gillis, every time I go, I wonder how many dudes in that audience go, I could be friends with him. And by the way, you could.
Yeah.
He's so fucking fun.
He's the man.
And he is who he is off stage and on stage.
Is.
He's the same fucking guy.
He'll just go drink he's just the most fucking famous guy in Philly. And he'll just go to, the most famous guy almost every city he's in. And he'll just go to a fucking bar and just hang out. And he's I tip him, and he's having a good time.
Yeah.
He's the man.
But I think that I watched when I started comedy, and maybe this is one of those things, once again, generationally, I watched people put on, they were personas, they were an act, and it always rubbed me wrong.
Yeah.
If you were some guy on stage, and then you got off, and you're like, hey man, please don't touch me or talk to me. I was like, wait, what happened to the fun guy?
I'm with you.
So I never got that. So I've separated church and state, and entirely, I've turned it into one fucking org. Where I go, everything you get, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on stage, whether it's on a podcast, everything is fucking 100%. I'm going to give you all of it. And if it rubs you the wrong way, like what's crazy is like, I'll use Norman because, I love him. But Mark Norman makes a joke that it offends people. And people go, unfollowed, not funny. I have someone in my family that has that. That's the same as me posting a crying picture. And people go, unfollowed, unfunny. I don't need to see this. And I go, cool. That's my, but because I don't know another way to do it. So I just go, eh. And the joke I was going to tell you is that I think is so fucking funny is I post that picture, and what happened is the day I posted it, my texts from everyone. So you got to realize my age, we're all dropping our kids off of college. We're all dealing with this exact same thing at the exact same time.
And it's one of life's heaviest things because have you seen that? I don't want to make you fucking start crying now, but have you seen the statistic about? Oh, let's see. Have you seen the statistic about you spent by the time like your kid's 18, you spent like 90% of the time you're going to spend with them?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Dude,
So I get it.
Yeah. And so I started getting texts from all my friends.
And they'll contact, and now I'm just going to try and make you cry. And they'll talk to you less. And
no, they talk to you better.
Interesting.
It's been better since they've gone. So
actually, that's true. Because you get to actually relate to them as human beings. That feels nice, where they don't have to just be a little kid anymore. They're like, especially when they get into their 20s and you could just be friends. That seems like the cool part.
Dude, it's the funnest. Yeah. I mean, we're talking, it's been the funnest. Like, our texts are hilarious. Our Instagram, because we'll DM each other on Instagram. Anytime we find something funny, they're fucking wild. The jokes they make about Leanne now privately are hysterical. Like I said it something the other day, but Isla said to me, because I'm with Leanne a lot. It's just me and her. Yeah. And Isla
time for you should open it up. You guys do an open marriage. Get somebody, you know what I mean?
Just to talk to. We don't even need to have sex with you. We just want to split up the conversation. Just to bring in a
swinger, Bert. Let's go full. Look, who are we kidding, Bert? Every Florida man returns to his roots. Every Florida empty nester on fucking TRT. You're not doing it not to swing. You can't do it though, because you would just be. It would be the age-old thing of like the wife fucks way more than the husband.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Leanne, and it would be a woman, and we're not bringing a dude in.
Yeah,
I'm not a fool. It's a woman, but Leanne would fucking get her against me. She'd be like, and then all of a sudden I have two women saying, "You're a mess, you're a pig." Yeah. Two women not sleeping in bed with me, going like, "You snore like a fucking monster." Yeah, you have sleep apnea.
You have sleep apnea. We believe in it.
Yeah,
we're gonna go get our teeth cleaned.
Isla called me like a month after we dropped her off, and she goes, "How's mom doing?" I said, "Good." She goes, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "You're getting all her words, huh?"
Oh, wow.
But it was so funny that's the way she saw it.
Yeah.
She saw us all divvying up mom's words.
Yes, that is hilarious.
And she was like, and then she goes, "That's how I felt when you were on the road." I get all mom's words. And it was like so interesting, but I spent a lot of time with Leanne.
Yeah.
We're going to Vegas tonight.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. We're partying. We're having fun.
Yeah, it seems like
the first time her liver enzymes are up. Thank God.
Yeah,
Her insulin's through the fucking roof.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We're going to see the Eagles with Fluffy.
Oh, sick, dude.
Yeah, fuck it. Dude,
awesome.
Vegas?
Wait. Fluffy is opening for the Eagles?
No.
The Eagles are just right next to each other?
Can I tell you what's cool about getting older?
Please.
Is you start, I think you start valuing your time with people. Mm-hmm. I've had more people reach out to me now that I'm like, especially now the girls are out of the house, and go, hey, would you like to go to this Bruce Billy Joel concert? Would you like to go to this? Would you go? And Fluffy hit us up. You mean you're going as friends? That's awesome. It's crazy. I may have to edit this out because Fluffy's a private guy. Sure. But he just was like, hey man, we should hang out. And I was like, fuck yeah. And the kids are out of the house. It's like, let's do something. And he just hit me up. He's like, would you like to see the Eagles at the Sphere? I was like, hell yeah, dude. I got to be honest with you. The Sphere looks awesome for a concert. Dude, the Sphere is fucking insane. Yeah. I'm going. Have you watched the show Drive to Survive? I haven't. Yeah. Do you follow F1 at all? Not really, dude. No. I just got into the starting five. We're going to talk about basketball in a second. I love basketball. It started with Drive to Survive, and Drive to Survive is in Vegas for F1. And I am going to Vegas for F1. I am going to milk Netflix for tickets because I know Netflix can get me tickets. Absolutely. How great is it? Because here's the deal. F1 is like, you can travel wherever you want. I think that's awesome. But the highlights are when they go to like Monaco, where you have that casino gambling vibe. Especially Vegas, you can go, have a great suite, walk out of your fucking hotel, walk across the street, zoom, 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 go in, have a drink, a little spritzer, come back, out, zoom, 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 gamble. The nights I'm telling you, I don't know what they're selling on Drive to Survive, I bought it. The Drive to Survive series, if you watch it, it's as good as Starting Five. It opens on a yacht in Italy on the ocean, and it's just the racers jumping off. Just, people say it's good, for sure. It feels like it's swept. That show did a lot for F1 in America, but I missed it for sure. Dude, they got okay. I'm planning a party. They seem cool. I mean, those guys seem fucking awesome. I'm hitting up Ted. I'm getting us tickets. Hell yeah. Are you in? Where? When? Would you go? Vegas. Grand Prix in Vegas. When's the Grand Prix in Vegas? I only know it's in Vegas because they did it last year, and I wanted to go so bad. Yeah. And then they're doing it again this year. It depends when it is, but Vegas is like Hawaii. They always deliver. They make sure you have the best time of your life. Yeah. When you're rich, yes. Even when you're not rich. Well, the point is to take your money. Yeah. And if you have a lot of it, they'll treat you really nicely. Dude, I'm planning a mega trip to F1. Dude, if we're not shooting. Oh no! Of November, 23rd of November. I don't think so. I think I have to shoot tires. Oh, for real? Yeah. What if I call Shane and I go, Joe, bro, shut it down for a day? I would rather just finish doing my job. I would rather. I mean, if I'm on the West Coast because I might come back to promote the VOD. Yeah. And if I'm on the West Coast and it lines up, I'll come. But if I'm planning a huge party, I'm trying to reach out to Seinfeld because I know he's a car guy. I want to get some car guys there that are into cars. Like I'm trying to get Tommy to go. I talked to Judd about it. Judd was on the fence. Yeah. But I would like to get an eclectic group. Yeah. Get in at Vegas. I mean, Jay Leno, what's he up to? Every year I do the Super Bowl, and last year the Super Bowl was Vegas. And what's beautiful about Vegas is that broke my heart. Oh, the Ravens. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're a Ravens guy. That was going to be the best week of my life if we won. It was the Super Bowl was on my 35th birthday, and we lost. And I was at the game when we lost to the Chiefs. And it was like people were already like, "Hey, if they make it, we want you to do this, this, and this." I lost a lot of money. I think I reached out to you because I was doing the show. I was going to come to the show if the Ravens were there. Yeah, that's an opportunity. There was a bunch of advertising shit. I was going to cash out and hopefully watch my team win. And instead, I went on a fucking bender. For like 2 weeks, I kept getting fucked up. I was eating ice cream and smoking weed just every 3 hours. Like it was my medicine. Dude. We're good this year. We're playing each other. This Monday. I'm going to Nashville to do Bustin' with the Boys for Monday Night Football. That's awesome. Yeah. I'll hit you up about F1 in Vegas. No, for real. If it happens. Because I'm planning on when I'm off tires. Can someone reach out to Ted and just see if he can hook us up? Because Netflix is doing things so right with F1, with Live Golf, with How fun is starting five?
It's awesome.
Dude.
And if you're not, it's great. Like I love those guys, and I've been, I know about, I follow the season very closely. But even for me, it's fun. But if you're not a big fan,
That's
it's
me.
so perfect. And like, how cool is fucking Anthony Edwards, dude?
Buddy, I'm in love with him.
He's the man.
I'm in love with him.
He's the man. I love Minneapolis. I love that team. He's so fucking fun. And so, yeah, it's so cool.
I love Anthony Anderson for me. The scene when it's Thanksgiving and they're trying to get him to quit playing video games so they can eat dinner. And
he's a kid. That's the other thing. What is he, 23?
22, I think he's 23, yeah.
Yeah, now he's 20. But it's like he's a fucking kid. He's literally like so much closer to your daughter's age. Than like,
he really is.
Yeah,
he's like 3 years older than Georgia.
Yeah.
2 years older.
Yeah.
So wait, I'm gonna get really into the NBA season.
I love hoops, dude.
I'm telling you, it's the thing that F1 did for me was the second I watched that, all of a sudden I had people to root for.
Yes.
So I knew what to watch. And I'm being serious with the NBA. Is the NBA, I think because age-wise, my hottest time of the NBA was the All-Star game when Jordan did the dunk.
Sure.
Larry Bird hit the three-pointers like crazy.
Oh, wow.
Magic didn't have AIDS yet.
Yeah.
Like that, I was so...
I think
no, he didn't.
He didn't yet?
I don't think he did.
No, you're right. He came back at a different All-Star game.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
And I remember that so vividly. Dominique Wilkins, Spud Webb, Muggsy Bogues, all those, that was like my thing. Dude, starting five has gotten me so into basketball.
Yeah.
That like, and now I'm a little invested in Bronny because I know I'm seeing Charles Barkley kind of shit on him. People are shitting on him.
Yeah, I mean, I think I like it because it's about time. Like that's how LeBron is so good at basketball. He's got a job. He's on a job on the Lakers. It's not making him the vice president of a division that nobody gives a fuck about. Yeah. He's on the team. That's awesome.
That's crazy.
That's how good he is at fucking basketball.
And it makes me root. Like it's hard to root for LeBron because he was so good. Like when I watched him go to the Heat, I was like, I don't know. I kind of want to watch the perfect thing not work. I want to see the underdog beat the fucking Goliath.
Sure, I get that. And
now I see Bronny, and I
don't know that he's quite an underdog. I mean,
Bronny?
Yeah.
You don't think so?
It's nepotism. You can't really be an underdog if you've benefited off nepotism.
But he gets on the court.
He's a millionaire no matter what happens. His life has been awesome from the I guess in pure basketball terms, he's an underdog, but in life, he's one of the least underdogs possible.
It was
He's
crazy.
A rich kid.
It's crazy seeing him open Christmas presents. You don't often see NBA players open Christmas presents as a child.
Yeah.
He was opening Christmas presents.
Yeah, that is hilarious. I mean, it's cute. And I can understand, especially if you have kids, that is like, that's the thing. I don't have kids, so I don't know that feeling. I understand why when you have kids, you're like, I will do anything for my kids. And he is up against a lot because people will, in the NBA, the other motherfuckers that are struggling to make the team, they're not the most famous player's son. You know what I mean? And like, they will play hard as fuck. They'll probably try and embarrass him. So I see what you're saying. Like, it is interesting because they've sort of created the only circumstances you could even maybe consider him an underdog.
Yeah.
But it's when you zoom out of life and you're like, this guy will be fucking fine.
Oh, he's doing interviews with his brother and his sister.
Yeah.
What kind of ass is Deuce Tatum going to pull in 20 years? That kid.
He seems pretty soft-spoken every time I see him.
His dad is fucking in his life.
Yeah.
His grandmother is in his life.
Yeah.
He's got
they're
love
a great family
all around him. And
stuff. I don't like the Celtics, but yes, he's got a nice family. I like to root against Boston as much as possible.
Jason Tatum's a fucking man.
He's great. He's a good player.
I love fucking Damos. What's his name?
Oh yeah, Sabonis. Well, that's to be fair. I said the same thing about Bronny, but his dad was the coolest, one of the first cool foreign players. He was so good, Arvydas Sabonis, but he was it was when the Soviet Union still existed, and they wouldn't let him out to play in America. And he only got to America when he had like bad knees and he was old, and he was still pretty good. Yeah. But him in his prime, he might have been like, if he was allowed to come to America in his prime, he could have been one of the greatest players of all time.
Don't you think it would be better if they did starting five during the current season, kind of like the way they do Hard Knocks?
Well, I think the way they're doing it is once it finishes, the new season starts. So like starting
filming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Oh wait, who are they doing now?
I don't know.
Who would you like to see them do a starting five with? I'll tell you right now, Djokovic, I would love. I fucking love that dude.
Yeah.
I fucking love that guy.
Yeah. The Joker would be great. I don't know how. Yeah, he would. He's very interesting, but I don't know that he would give, because his brothers are hilarious. He has like two huge Serbian brothers. I mean, not to be I would love to see what's going on with if they don't do it for the Knicks, they're crazy.
Yeah.
Because this team has a ton of hype. Jalen Brunson is, he's become great. It's hard not to say Anthony Edwards again, because he's just so charismatic. And so, Victor Wembanyama, who's the like French guy, even though he's starting to sound fucking boring, he's just talking about being great and like, not having fun. You need a couple fucking head cases. Like I would have liked a classic when J.R. Smith was really fucking doing it. Like I would have loved a fun, crazy player, but they won't let you look at any of that. Damn, that's a great question. I would obviously love to watch Giannis. He's my favorite player of all time. Just because it's great to see a Greek guy, and he's a character, and his brother's cool. He also, again, I'm going to, not to be a hypocrite, he brings his brother along. That's what I love about Giannis. He runs a basketball team like it's a diner. It's a very Greek way to do it. It's like, get my brother a job too. He'll work the register.
We were in, I could be wrong about this. We were in Greece and they had a store for him in the airport.
Yeah, the Kumbros.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have their own brand. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
That's fucking badass.
Yeah, no, he's the man. He's the best athlete, Greek athlete. He fucking rules. Yeah, the NBA is fucking awesome.
NBA is badass. NBA is badass, and I'm telling you, man.
Even following Chris Paul, Clay on the Mavericks would be fascinating. Yeah. He spent his whole career on the Warriors, and now he's with the Mavericks with Kyrie, who's hilarious. Luka's the man.
Yeah.
So there's just so many personalities, and so much shit is just going on.
Are you still doing the podcast with Sam about basketball?
No, we love doing it, but we just got too busy.
How many podcasts do you have now? Just one?
Just Stavvy's World.
Just Stavvy's World.
Stavvy's World, yeah.
Would you have Trump on?
No.
Why not?
I'm not interested in it at all. Not interested in having him on at all. And it's also hack at this point. He's been on enough podcasts where it's it's kind of like when a guy's doing a special and he's been on every podcast and you're like, I'm skipping it. I heard this story. Yeah. I heard this on YMH. I don't want to fucking listen to him on Are You Garbage. He's going to say the same stuff. Trump has gotten to that level where he's doing every podcast where it's like, all right, we get it, man.
Trump should do Are You Garbage. Here's a question.
Yeah. Have you ever anyone? How many abortions have you paid for, even though now you're not for abortion because you're a Republican?
Would you have Putin on?
No.
That's what we're getting. We're whitewashing history.
What are we fucking talking about? No.
Kim Jong-un?
Maybe. I like to see where he gets his clothes.
You both like basketball.
I want to talk to him about his tailor. I need some of those wide legs. I think we have the same body type. He's got some nice clothes, yeah. Then I can make it a step. Yeah, he likes basketball. Yeah.
I've had politicians reach out to be on my podcast, and I've always been like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm the wrong guy.
Well, the thing is, like, I have strong political beliefs personally, but my job is to be funny.
Yeah.
That's my job. And like, you can tell if you pay attention and you look at what I create, you can see what my beliefs are. They come up, but I don't want to hit anyone over the head with them. And if I were to have a politician on, I would have to really hunker down and do research and like, that's not who the fuck I am. And the only, if I ever had any kind of political person on, it would just be, because the way I look at my podcast is I only have people on that I actually want to spend time with and talk to as human beings. And to be honest with you, the only one that I can think of is literally, not to be hacked, but I'm a Bernie bro. Bernie Sanders, I admire him as a human being because he has believed these things. There's black and white photos of Bernie Sanders being pro-trans. Do you know what I mean? Like,
there's black and white
that's
photos.
A guy who's been on the right side of shit and who I like, I just believe in what he says about inequality, and I just think he's an interesting, funny, weird, crotchety Brooklyn Jew who that went to Vermont and then has had a really, had an interesting political career. And I wouldn't feel like I would have to do a ton of research to talk to him. And I don't want to do a ton of research to talk to anybody. That's what it comes down to is if it makes it hard for me to do my podcast, I don't want you on it. You know what I mean? Like I want it to be a fun, easy, I want Eldest to be like, hey, I'm turning the mics on. I'm like, oh, who's on today? Oh, all right, cool. That'll be fun. You know what I mean? That's the amount of preparation I like to do. So that would probably be it.
My dad, I always let me know how ill-informed I was about life.
Yeah,
like
right.
I really honestly, I have no skin in the game with anything. I got really lucky. I have stupid thoughts. Sure. I say them on stage, and I should never be. You should never. If there's someone listening to this right now going, who should I vote for? I should right. never give you a direction.
Right.
You should never listen to me. None of this. I got really lucky.
Yeah.
And so you have to do your own research and you have to listen to the right people.
For sure.
It's like, but with sleep apnea, I'm right about that.
It is fun that you're not an anti-vaxxer, you're an anti-apnea-er. You're like, that is a funny guy to be.
I remember getting a call from Joe. He's like, you're not getting the vaccine, are you? And I had just snuck in line to get it.
Yeah, you're like, no, dude.
I spoke Spanish. I was like, oye, ¿cómo estás? Jab, jab.
That's you fucking coming in, taking the sleep apnea mask off my face. Next fully loaded, you're like, what the fuck is this shit? Not allowed on my bus. By the way, on your fucking bus, you say no sleep apnea masks allowed. Someone's dying. On that bus, dude. Me, Jay, whoever. There's a lot of. Who else was on? Joey Diaz was on it in the past.
Joey Diaz.
That's
is a
guy
sleep apnea guy.
Yeah, that's a guy that needs.
He's sleep apneas on planes on like an hour and a half flight. Like he'll throw his mask on an hour and a half flight and be like, "Sorry, cocksucker."
Respect. Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh man, Stavy, I love you to death.
I love you. Thanks for coming.
You're such great energy.
I really appreciate you having me on. I love you. Thanks for coming to the premiere. That meant a lot. And thanks. Yeah, please go watch Let's Start a Cult in theaters. We're trying to get it to wherever you are, guys. And if not, we're going to get it to be a rental at some point later after the release. But please go see it in the theaters. Like we said, it's special to see a comedy with people. And it's just like, it's a funner experience to laugh in a group full of people. So
and realize that you're doing a solid. It's like when we say on podcasts, like, hey, use my code to let them know that we sent you.
Yes.
It's the same thing. We just go to the theaters to let them know that we sent you so that if this does well, then guess what? Dark Horse, Dark Sky calls Stavy and they're like, yo, we got $5 million. What do you want to do next? Yeah. And then you get another one. And you're getting them. All they're asking for is like $20 to go to them. Take your fucking chick out.
Yeah.
Call your boys up and go, let's have a guy's night.
Yeah, it'll legitimately be a fun night. It's
the more of these that do well, the more we keep making.
Yeah, and I made a movie that if I wanted to see, you know what I mean? Like I want to go see dumb comedies that are fucking quick and just joke. Just about the jokes first and foremost. Then you're not going to learn any lessons.
We'll end on a perfect question regarding the movie, regarding your sense of humor, and regarding what you guys will see. Were those your real testicles?
Unfortunately, they were not.
God damn it. I was like, why not just save the money on the budget and use the real ones?
I wanted to use my real balls. They wouldn't let me.
That's the reason you should go see the movie. Go see those balls. I love you, Stavy.
Love you too, brother.
Bert and Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call two bears, one cave.